Two long-drawn wars in different parts of the world have one thing in common. They have given rise to prominent figures who are now challenging the top leadership's status quo, directly or indirectly.
The story today is about Ukraine's challenger who has questioned the very thing Zelensky has been fighting the war with, Russia, for NATO accession. Ukraine's ambassador to the UK and former commander-in-chief Valerii Zaluzhnyi has dismissed the country's NATO ambitions in a single remark. While speaking to other Ukrainian ambassadors, Zaluzhnyi said Ukraine will never join NATO due to the bloc's data standards, which Kyiv will not be able to meet.
Well, the former military chief further said, and I quote here, "It is impossible for the Ukrainian armed forces, given their current level of development, to join an organization that is guided by World War II doctrines." The statement comes in stark contrast to the singular goal that Ukraine has been defending 4 years after Russia's invasion. In fact, Ukraine's constitution identifies NATO membership as a strategic objective.
A poll conducted in July this year shows a close runoff if elections were to be held today. In the first round of polls, the survey positions Zelensky's popularity at 32%, while Zaluzhnyi has 16% vote share. However, in the second round, the survey puts Zelensky at a narrow lead with 42% votes, while the former military chief stands at 39%, just 3% behind the incumbent. Not a very stable lead if the polls are any indication of popularity.
Now, as far as NATO is concerned, the military alliance visited Kiev in February this year for a meeting with Ukraine's president. However, little movement has been made on NATO's membership action plan ever since the process first began in 2008, after Ukraine first aspired to become a member.
For now, there is no clarity on when elections will be held in Ukraine, since the constitution has a provision to postpone the polls indefinitely during wartime. But when elections do unfold, Zelensky will face several challenges which might benefit his rivals.
But this phenomenon is not unique to Ukraine. Another country involved in NATO but multiple wars is seeing a similar political landscape, and that is Israel.
The multiple war fronts, stalemate in talks, and domestic issues all compound the issues that Benjamin Netanyahu faces. Amid his unstable popularity and a weak coalition government, Israel's former army chief Gadi Eisenkot has emerged as a key rival to Netanyahu. Ever since Eisenkot launched his prime ministerial bid, polls pitch a tight contest between him and Bibi. For Israel, elections are due to be held by October this year, and its result may just set a trend for Ukraine as well.